I'm going to be talking about working harder on yourself than you do on your job. Because here's what we know. There's no such thing as job security. Here's what we know. The impact of the coronavirus on your ability to stay employed, the impact of the coronavirus has been devastating. Devastating. And this is a time that you have to look at you. You have to learn something new, something that you love, and something that you can get training and coaching on from someone who's experienced and trained in that area to accelerate your growth and credibility and development so that you can have something else going for you other than a job. I want to help you to do that. And for those of you who are already there and want to do what those young people do, I like what the young folks, they talk about BYOB, be your own boss. If you're ready, I want you to put voice in the comment section. Put voice in the comment section. I've been thinking about what I'm going to share with you today. And I've been tracing my tracks. People are always asking me, what did you do differently than others, the thousands of other speakers out here that allowed you to become a national and an international voice of motivation and greatness? And part of the process is I decided I wanted something new for myself. I wanted something new for my family. And I wanted to be able to control my own destiny. I didn't want to be a volunteer victim. We've been conditioned. We've been trained for a job. Things have changed. You got to be an entrepreneur now. You want to create something that you can control. You want to create and have something that you determine how much you're worth, not somebody else determining that. And today you have to live life like you mean it. This is no time that things have changed. We've got to change. We've got to change and with a fierceness, because that's what it is. That the things that are dramatic and the millions of people that are emboldened and determined to hold you down, we've got to be stronger than them and more determined than them. Everybody can use this. What I'm going to talk about today, the value of improving yourself and working on yourself. One of the deciding factors, I was working on a job and I asked in advance, could I go on vacation? I followed the guidelines. And at that time, it was like 2 to 3 weeks. I asked. And when the time came, it told me no. That's the general manager. Why? Look, I did it within the parameters of what you've laid out for me. Why are you telling me no? You know what he said? Because I can. Whoa. And if you go, you won't have a job when you get back. Now, this is why it's important to work harder on yourself than your job. Because he knew I have a family. He knew I had a car note, mortgage note. He knew I needed the money. He knew that I just couldn't go out and get a job making the kind of money that I was making there because I had not been working on a transition skill. I had not been working on developing myself. I was putting more time and more effort on the job than myself. I'm not talking to you about something that I don't know. I'm 75 years young. And so I got an attitude. And see, it's not enough to get an attitude and get upset. I put that energy into learning something new. I was like Fannie Lou Hamer, sick and tired of being sick and tired, to the extent I wanted to be my BYOB, my own boss. I wanted to be my own boss. And so I decided to learn something new. You want to learn something new in this environment where millions of jobs are being lost because of the coronavirus. And over 47 million jobs are projected to be lost because of artificial intelligence. This is a new era. It's called the end of work. The end of work. Things are going to be automated. Even jobs like being a waiter or working in McDonald's. There's some across the country. There are no people in there. Banks, you can go in. You used to see a lot of people in a bank. I went into a bank the other day. There's only one person there, a long line. Why? They've been replaced through technology. Hello? Put voice in the comment section and learn how to do something that's you. John H. Johnson, who with a $500 loan from his mother, built a $4 million empire. He said something I always keep in mind. There's no defense against an excellence that meets a pressing public need. What's pressing today, Les, that I have? Do you have a story? Have you overcome some stuff? Have you made some mistakes? Have you gone through a divorce? Have you had some setbacks, some failures? And you got through it, you survived? It's a pressing public need. How you got through that becomes a survival guide for people that's struggling with that right now. That's what it is. Your story is powerful. That's why Steve Jobs said the storyteller is the most powerful person in the world. And so the key to today, making it today, with all the uncertainty, what's major is to have your mind focused. Now you want to keep social distancing from people. Don't join the crazies now. This coronavirus, it does not play. You want to respect this. My grandchildren came over. Hey, Papa. They're looking upstairs. Hey, Papa, I love you. Here's a virtual hug. I love you very much. Here's a kiss on the head. No! This thing ain't playing, and we shouldn't play. And don't play with your future. You take charge of your future. Learn something new. Learn something new. And don't take forever to do it. Learn it from somebody who's accomplished and achieved what it is you want to achieve in the area that you love. That's you. Life is too short and unpredictable to spend 8 or 60 hours a week doing something that's not you just to survive. Get an attitude to say, I'm not going out like this. And that's what I did. See, you have something special. You have greatness in you. Now, let me share something with you. I was thinking about this. You know the major amount of money that corporations spend on what it takes for a corporation to grow, to impact their bottom line? You know how much money they spend? Research and development. You know how much money they spend? They spend billions of dollars on the mindset for their corporate executives. People who have privilege. People who have the complexion of connection. And I looked at that and said, hey, if they need it, and they're not victims of discrimination and racism, if they need it, what do I need? Just think about that. Stuff to help break the cycle of the mental damage that has been done and passed on generation after generation after generation and never been interrupted. Trust me on this. Work on you to improve you. And it starts with working on your mind. So when I got off from work, unlike most people who go home and start watching the television, I went down to the basement I started listening to motivational messages. Now I have my own. I started reading 30 to 40 pages of something positive every day to retrain my thinking. The major things I think that prevent people from living a bigger life from my own observation and including myself. Number one, habit. You get accustomed to doing certain things over and over and over again. And the other thing is distractions. And oh my God, do we have some distractions today? When you have distractions, that means that if you are not conscious, it can cost you your life. Woo! That's big. This is the time that you don't want to be around everybody. I'm talking to my computer. I make my money now virtually. Yes, I do. I talk to this green light on my computer. Virtually, I do my presentations virtually. And there are thousands of other people who are using their experiences and their knowledge to connect with their customers, because we've gone from brick and mortar to click and order. When you get coaching and how to master your personality and how to increase your presentation power, you control your own future. You, I don't have to fly on airplanes anymore. You, I don't have to stay in stinking germ-infected hotels anymore. You, my computer's not asymptomatic. It won't sneeze. It won't cough on me. And if it does, I'll say, God bless you. Oh, behave. You, I was willing to learn something new that allowed me to be my BYOB rather than a JOB, the journey of the broke. I can't tell you the number of people that I've trained, like Johnny Wimbury, like Stacey N.C. Grant. These are people who are making millions doing what they love to do. Help people, change people's lives, find a way to monetize their passion. You, Kevin Bracey, you, oh my goodness. There's so many. And you can become among those. Decide that you can bet on you. Invest in you. Spend more time working on you than your job, because you are the money.